Hello everybody and welcome to Parks Pros. It's Drew here, and we have some interesting news from a Six Flags survey that has taken place over the past couple days, and you get some interesting options, especially for Magic Mountain. Now, we haven't really tested this with other parks, so it might be a Six Flags chain-wide survey that they are showing these options for future coasters, but with the surveys, it specifically asks along the lines for 3 different coasters and your thoughts on these 3 different coasters. The first one being a Mack Power Splash, the second being a B&M Dive Coaster, and then the third being an RMC Raptor. So they do have videos to go with each of these choices, including Pulse at Walibi, Belgium, Griffin at Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and then Wonder Woman Golden Lasso Coaster at Six Flags Fiesta, Texas. So I think this is actually showing that we might have the possibility of getting one of these 3, especially at one of the Six Flags parks, if not, Magic Mountain in specific. But I do find this very interesting that they're going in a completely different direction, at least with 2 of the 3 options. Now, the Raptor, I think we were all expecting more of those models in 2019, but I'm sure we'll get more of those in 2020. But the real surprise, I think, here is the fact that they're including a B&M Dive Coaster and a Mack Power Splash. The fact that Six Flags might be working with Mack is pretty monumental, I would say, even if it's a smaller edition, like a Power Splash, as well as the fact that B&M might be coming back into the play after not working with them for 6 or 7 years since X-Flight at Six Flags Great America. But speaking of Magic Mountain, specifically, I believe that a Power Splash would be a great replacement for something like Tidal Wave. I think it would be an amazing water ride to fit into the park, and I think it would really, I don't know if it would fit exactly in the space of Tidal Wave or not, but I do believe there would be a way that they could situate it where it could fit in that snug, tight little space, and possibly even taking out some of the Metropolis area, and you could even theme it to Aquaman. I think that would be awesome. I think it would be a great fit for the park, and definitely a better water ride than Tidal Wave, for sure. I think it would be awesome if that was the case, to see a Power Splash becoming Aquaman at Magic Mountain. I think it would be awesome, and you could also tie the 2 areas of Metropolis and DC Universe together, finally, after they have that awkward space in between with Crazanity and the Boardwalk. Now, one of the other choices is a B&M Dive Coaster. Now, I think a lot of people would say that a B&M Dive Coaster would be perfect for Magic Mountain, especially if it's like a Giga or something along those lines. I personally would not be the biggest fan of it, just because of what I've heard from other people. Now, I have not been on a B&M Dive Coaster myself. Hopefully, I will be on a couple by next year, but I don't know, it just doesn't interest me as much as the other choices. I think there would be a better fit for Magic Mountain, at least. Now, I think other Six Flags parks could definitely benefit from it, like possibly Fiesta, Texas. Maybe even St. Louis, I think, would be a great candidate for a small dive coaster. But it just personally doesn't seem too exciting for me. But heck, it might change my mind once, one of these are announced and they're way better than I expect. Or, once I ride a B&M Dive Coaster, of course. Now, the third option is an RMC Raptor. Now, I think we were all expecting more RMC Raptors to pop up by 2020 at least, so I think that's still happening. But it will be interesting to see where these start to pop up. Now, if one was to go to Magic Mountain, I don't think you could do it in a way where it's just the regular cloned model. I don't think that would be smart at all. I think the only way you could do a Raptor at Magic Mountain is either a Mobius dueling setup, of course, but we've already got 2 of those coasters now, so I think that would be almost overkill in a way. Or you do it in the hyper route with probably 1 or 2 mid-course brake runs, sadly, but I think that's the only way they could work around capacity being the biggest issue. But I would love to see a Hyper Raptor. Nonetheless, I think it would be amazing and probably my favorite coaster of all time, at least at the moment. But that's just a dream of mine that I don't think is going to happen in the near future. But you never know. Alan Schilke has stated they've been asked for custom layouts and that they are possibly going to start working on custom layouts for the Raptor. So that's pretty exciting stuff, of course. But I do believe that the Mack Power Splash is probably the most likely out of these 3 options to pop up in Magic Mountain itself, just because the price is a lot lower compared to at least the B&M Dive, and it's supposedly going to be better on capacity compared to an RMC Raptor. So I think it would be very interesting, and I think it would be a great replacement if they ever remove Tidal Wave, which wouldn't surprise me in the next couple of years at least. Now, for other Six Flags parks, I don't know. It could be one of these three. I think some of these parks definitely need one of these three at least. Like even Great Escape could use a Raptor. I think that would be a perfect fit for that park. Now, B&M Dive, I could probably see going to more of the bigger parks, but I would love to see them also with the smaller parks as well, even if it's just like something like Oblivion, where it's very small and very compact and doesn't have too many elements to it, but I do think it would be a better addition for some of those smaller Six Flags parks. Now, the Mack Power Splash, I think that could go just about anywhere, really. We don't see any of those in the U.S. as of now. I think there's only the one in the world, so I think it would be very cool to see more of those popping up, because apparently they're a nice water attraction. I mean, they're not anything crazy amazing, but they do get the job done in getting you wet and giving you some nice floater airtime, as well as possibly even some ejector through that little airtime hill with the launch on it. So pretty exciting stuff, of course. But let me know what you guys think will happen, whether any of these three will pop up at Magic Mountain in the next couple of years, or where you think one of these three is going in the Six Flags chain. I'm really interested to see what you guys think. And of course, as always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next ride.